to hop on. I don't know why. Shit was lagging it, bro. I don't know if it's my Obama internet or what, bro. I don't know if I need to grab a hanger and foil and to get better signal or what it was. Or maybe just YouTube trying to keep me off of YouTube. I don't know. Either one or the other. They're mad at the Illuminati video. Fuck, I fucking knew it. Even though I did get hit with some bullshit on that video. That was crazy. They even attached something to my video, right? Like a brief explanation on the Illuminati. Like, why do you guys do that, bro? That's just crazy. YouTube sometimes is full of shit. What's good, Mr. Pasa? What's cracking like in? What you up to, my boy? Chilling or what? Did you do the Rosca de Reyes, my boy, or what? You Mexican or no? Or ¿qué onda? What are your thoughts on Tupac saying fuck the Illuminati? Yeah, I think Tupac sometimes wanted attention. Nah, you know what? I think honestly, Tupac actually really believed that kind of stuff too. You know what I mean? Like there has to be a hierarchy that's doing all the bullshit when in all true reality it could just be that humans in general are just scandalous. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that everyone is in cahoots, but just that there's so many scandalous people out there that it seems like everybody's in cahoots. I had a day off. Órale, that's right. Nah, I don't do the Rosca de Reyes. Órale. I feel you. A lot of people don't do it, Órale, all right. Yeah, those fucking breads sometimes be expensive as fuck, bro. I bought one, bro. That shit came out to like $14, my boy. Like, damn, dog. For a piece of bread, shit. But I did it because the morros like doing it. My kids, we put the mono, whoever finds it gets to pick like where we're going to go and eat at. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even matter, where it's at or how far or how expensive, like whoever gets, that's the spot we going to go hit. So we do it like that, Like I said, bro, like I do celebrate like holidays, but I don't celebrate it for the, how could I say, for the religious thing behind it, right? I just celebrate it just for the fuck of it, pretty much. And I put my own twist to it. Do you think boys need guidance to become a man, or do some do and some don't? I think it is very crucial for a young boy to have a father figure in his life. Yes, I do believe that it plays a vital role. You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, there's a lot of strong women out there, and there's a lot of good mothers out there that could take on both roles, right? But the thing is that as a young boy, right? And especially, you're going to school and all your friends are talking about their dads and they're, he's going to feel some type of way. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when Father's Day comes up, or like I said, when his friends are just, talking about their experiences and what they do with their fathers, and he's going to be feeling some type of way. You know what I mean? It's going to bruise something in him, you know what I mean? And that's just something that no matter how hard the mother tries, she's just not going to be able to how could I say, to change, right? Because it does play a vital role, especially, another male, people tend to look for people that they can relate to, right? And you could love your mother, but you can't relate to because she's a female, right? So there's just certain things that the boy is just not going to be comfortable, going to the mom for, right? So I do believe that that is very important. I truly believe, honestly, that a mom and a dad play equal vital roles to a child's life. Like, he needs both parents, not just one, Like, that's why I say, that people need to watch who they have kids with and really think stuff through, because being a parent is very, very important. And whenever there's a rift between, like, let's say even in a relationship, it's important to not fight in front of them, or, or to, put down each other or talk shit about each other to the child, because like I said, that's all going to create psychological problems within his life. You know what I mean? When you're trying to spin the narrative, trying to manipulate a kid when that kid can't even comprehend the situation, you're really gonna just spiral him. And the way he's gonna grow up and seeing the world is just gonna be a little bit different than everybody else. Just because he never got to grow up to have an understanding of norm. So yeah, I do believe that boys do need fathers and mothers. Being a parent is very important. It's crucial, actually. As a matter of fact, I'm honestly starting to think that people shouldn't even be allowed to be parents until they fucking take classes, bro. Seriously. Because sometimes, man, I don't know, bro. Sometimes should be just getting way out of hand. I tried talking to a hyena, and again, I got ghost. I feel like I'm trying too hard and spinning my wheel. Yeah, you probably are, my boy. You know what I mean? Like women just how can I say? When you're gonna get in a relationship, you just have to let it happen, right? Compared to where, the woman feels like you're trying to get at her. You know what I mean? Women just don't like that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And mostly because they're raised kind of to think that way. So in a way, right? It's kind of implanted into their heads. And plus, growing up, they already have in mind, like, men are only after one thing and this and that. So they already have their personal ways of how they view males in general, right? Like, it's more important to when you're getting to know, like, to hook up with somebody is just getting to know them persons without actually trying to get at them. You get what I'm saying? Kind of just getting to know them before you're trying to get at them. Because then, you're going to show her that you're making an effort to at least, take the time to, get to know her. Instead of, you just want to be with me because you want to sleep with me type shit. I feel like I didn't grow up right because as a kid, no cared enough to try to teach me anything I never learned. I feel you, bro. Trust me. I understand perfectly. I perfectly understand what you're talking about, right? I know all too well about that, right? And it had me fucked up for a long time, bro. It had me fucked up for a long time, bro. I was a menace. I was, I was a devil out there, bro. You know what I mean? So, trust me, I know what you're talking about, right? But when you finally grasp an understanding, you know what? I recommend. I don't know if you like to read or not, but I actually recommend if you do like to read, you should read up on Friedrich Nietzsche. Any of his work, any of Friedrich Nietzsche's work, will help you better understand yourself, right? Friedrich Nietzsche, he's a philosopher, one of the best of all time, in my personal opinion, right? My favorite of all time, right? His work is really, really good, when you want to get to understand why you are the way you are. You feel me? It helped me a lot. It's not religion. It's not like, it has nothing to he wasn't religious, or has nothing to do with God and nothing like that, right? It's actually has to do with the science of things, right? The psychology of things, right? So the actual factual things of stuff, instead of just believe or have faith. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually bringing solid facts, solid actual science, real shit, not just like believe in magic type shit. Because I think it's crazy you telling people to go to this magical building and just, if you ask for something, that is supposed to magically happen, right? Because then when it doesn't, you're only going to mess up that person even more, right? So promising this immortality and that all their problems will go away if they just go and pray is is not the best advice, in my personal opinion. That's just my opinion, not to offend nobody, just in my personal opinion. You know what? It's important that people just get an understanding of how important it is, right? Because I think people like, they just think that, I think that they think like having a conversation with their child is not that important, or if they tell their kid, you're stupid, or something like that, they think that that's not like something powerful. Like, I was just mad in the moment. It was just a word. Like, bro, those are words that a child should never hear come out of their parents' mouth, bro. They look up to you. You're their idol. You're their everything, bro. And for you to say that they're stupid or good for nothing, bro, those words hold so much weight to them. It's not even funny, bro. Coming out of somebody else, yeah, or their uncles or whatever, fuck it. But coming out of their fucking parents who they idolize, bro, that is impactful, bro. That shit is impactful. You know? Those are fucking shit that people shouldn't be saying to their kids, bro. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna make that kid believe, that you actually see them as useless, bro. Because if not, you wouldn't always call me that. You know what I mean? You say that you call me that because you were mad at the moment, but you call me that all the time. So what? You're mad at me all the time? You know what I mean? Like they especially when they start hitting puberty, right? Where they already get more aggressive and they start thinking for themselves more, right? To themselves more. You're gonna have them cooking up all kinds of shit in their head, bro, of what they think is going on. You know what I mean? And they're not even gonna know that they're doing it just because it's the process of puberty, right? But I could tell you this much, bro. Your parents do care, and your family does care. The thing is that they just don't know how to. They don't know how to show it. They don't know how to express it. You know what I mean? They don't know how to cope with their inner demons, like their problems, their struggles. They don't know how to deal with that. So that's why they live life how they live it, right? But they do care. They just don't know how to show it. You know what I mean? So it's not like they don't care about you. It's just that they just don't know how to show it. Because whatever problems they have going on with themselves, right? But I get it. As a child or as a teenager or young youth, you don't see that, or you don't even think about that aspect to it, right? You're not putting all of that into perspective, right? You're not thinking about all this, or if they're stressed because of this or that. You're not putting all of that into the mix, right? You're just wondering, like, man, why the fuck why don't they give a fuck, But they do. They just don't know how to show it, right? But it's sad because once people come to that realization, right, and actually understand that point, there would have already been all kinds of falling offs and fights and arguments and shit has already gone to hell and back, before you actually come to the realization, right? But it's like, fuck, you guys already been through shit, You're trying to be a guidance in your son's life. Look, bro, the best advice I can give is just be in your kid's life. Like, just like when they get home from, how was your day? Interact with them, play sports with him, or video games, or board games. Board games is one of my favorite things to do with my kids, right? Because you're building up communication, bonding time, stuff like that. Watching TV in the same room, right? Even if it's like stuff you don't want to watch, like maybe you want to watch the football game, but they want to watch cartoons, just watch some cartoons, with them. I get it. We all want to watch our thing and watch our shows, but hey, bro, you know what I mean? Just like interact with, and then when they tell you about their stuff that they have going on or whatever it is, act surprised, act amazed, ask questions, and just, that way he could feel like, that you care about, what he has going on, even though it may not be important to you or it may not be big to you. To him, it is, you know what I mean? A child, any little thing, bro, is big, you know what I mean? So what you view as importance and what they view as importance is two different things, right? But, there's parents, like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And they don't even look at it, or I'll see you later, or I'll go later. Then after a while, the kid even stops trying, bro, because he's like, why am I gonna go tell him if he's just gonna be like, nah, I'm busy or whatever, right? That they get to a point where they're like, oh, they don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like they come to the realization like, oh, they don't really care about what I got going on, like whatever somebody else has going on is always more important than what I have going on. Like your sport game is more important than what I have going on. Your friends are more important. Your job is more important. Your fucking drinking is more important. But they start realizing everything else is more important than him, right? He always comes last, so he just says fuck it. You know what I mean? That's why, like whenever, like I never tell my kids to wait, right? Like if I'm talking to my homie and my kid comes and asks something from me, I tell my homie to wait because my homie's the adult. He has to understand. He's an adult. He'll understand. I got to see what's up with my kid. People, they work the opposite. They be like, oh, no. He knows that if I'm talking to somebody, he has to wait. Like, that's a fucking kid, bro. He's not going to understand that. He's not going to understand that he has to wait. He is a child. As you talking to an adult, the adult has to understand that he has to wait. You get what I'm saying? Because then the kid starts realizing that everybody else is more important than him, that you're putting whatever you have going on before him. But then you want to tell him that he comes first and that you'll do anything for him when he's fucking seeing himself that's not true. Because every time I come and tell you something, you always brush me off. You know what I mean? Showing, interest is vital and crucial to a child, bro. But society... I don't know what's up with society, bro. It's like they want kids to see it from their point of view. You want a child to get to the mental level of an adult, bro, and to be able to understand that. When it's like, he's not going to be able to do that, bro. You as an adult have to go to their level. And then, like, whenever, like, stuff, like let's say if you have a disagreement or something that you don't approve of, whatever, it's important to explain why he shouldn't do it or why it is or why this is bad, right? Instead of just being, don't fucking do it, I'm gonna kick your ass or I'll fucking hit you. Like, because that's not a reason. You're not giving him a reason. He just thinks that you're just hating or that you're just being evil or mean, whatever. Like, break it down that way he actually understands why this is bad, why he shouldn't do this. Right? That you're just not being a fucking jerk and being like, just because I fucking say something, don't make me repeat myself and I don't gotta explain myself. I'm the king right here. I don't gotta explain myself to you. Who the fuck are you? Just whatever I say, just do it. This kid is gonna be like, what kind of, like, and I'm supposed to believe that you love me? Psh. You know what I mean? Like, sit down and actually have conversations with the kid and, break down stuff. But people don't want to take the time to do that. They don't view that as importance, They feel like they're too important to do that. Like, I don't got to explain myself. Hand to your kid, fuck, I guess, bro. And they feel like they're in the rights, bro. They want to justify their bullshit actions, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, bro, especially look, if there's one thing I could say, from going to all my homies' pads and everything like that, bro, there was no difference from me going to any of their pads. I felt like I was in the same home always as my home. All our jefas talked the same and everybody was the same shit, bro. Pinche pendejos, estúpido, babosos. But it was the same fucking shit from household to household to house. It's almost like that's imbrued in the Mexican culture, bro. And it's fucked up, bro. Because that's not a way you should talk to a child in this. You know what I mean? And they know that. They clearly know that. I mean, they're being taught that shit in school. They're being taught in school that how people should be able to behave and this and that and what's appropriate, whatever. And then they go home, bro, and their parents are showing them the opposite of what they were just shown, right? But expect to believe that they care. And you can see why the kid is fucking just like doesn't even understand, bro. Like, wait, what the fuck? Like, so does that mean that they don't care now? Like, like you have them confused now. And not because you want to be assholes about it. I sometimes, my homies, they'd be doing that and I tell them, hey, fool, go see what he wants, fool, stop, fool, you know what I mean? Like, they'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking busy right now, go over there, fucker. And I go, hey, fool, don't talk to him like that, fool, go see what he wants. All right, then they'll go and see. But it's like, it's crazy that I have to remind them. What's the book in written? It's Frederick Nietzsche, and there's several books, right? Like, I recommend all his work, right? But probably like the best one. Damn, I never even thought of that. Which one would probably be the best one? Probably The Higher Human. Is that one the best one? Yeah, probably. I enjoy them all, so. He has many of them. You can actually find videos where they read them along and everything on YouTube as well. Or if you even like, you could check out and subscribe to a channel called Academy of Education. That's a good channel. They talk about all that kind of stuff too. I remember I used to look up to my brothers and when he would get mad for following him around shit. Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I was the same way with my siblings as well, bro. And that's why our relationships kind of, I mean, it's there, but like we're not close. And that's just because before I didn't know how to talk to people, right? I did it the wrong way, right? I did it with like violence and aggression, right? And you have to come to the realization that when you want to get your point across and when you want people to listen to you and actually provide guidance and everything like that, you have to come with them with respect and in the right way and actually with explanations instead of because if you want people to hear you out, they're never going to hear you if you come insulting them or coming aggressively or anything like that, right? It's just not going to happen. You're never going to be able to come to an understanding, an agreement, peace, or anything like that when you're coming with insult and aggression. It's just never going to happen. But see, society almost brewed it for that being the norm, that's the only way, you're going to get your point across, when that's not true. Like, you'll never get nothing done that way. That is only said and being done to satisfy egos, but it's not actually done and said to actually fix the scenarios, just to fix their overall egos, Yeah, psychotic. See, but with me, like when it comes to like my breakdown and understanding, I don't believe in evil spirits or like stuff like that, right? I believe in evil humans. I believe in the over psychopathy of things, right? Like people letting their temptations, their greed, their insecurities, their jealousy, their rage, consume them, right? Feelings that everyone experiences and feelings that occur on a day-to-day, right? But letting those feelings actually take the driver's seat and actually control you and consume you. But like I said, if people don't apply the lessons, you're going to grow up thinking that this is the way people should behave, that they should actually give in to these feelings, that this is the way, in order to do things right. Like if I'm at a store, right? And if something happens that I don't like, I'm not gonna be insulting the cashier and being like, fuck you, bitch, and throwing shit at her and making a scene, right? Because my kids are watching, right? So then they're gonna think that shit's okay, that it's okay to behave like that. So then when they grow up and now they go to a store and they see something they don't like, then they start behaving the same way, because why wouldn't they? Their idols behave like that, right? Their idols, they're the people that they look up to, their parents, right? Behave like that. And you're not going to be able to tell that kid that how he's behaving is wrong, because then that would mean that how his parents carried themselves were wrong. And he's not going to just let you say that how his parents raised him is wrong. And he's going to tell you, fuck you. And he's just not going to hear you out. He's not going to change because, you're not going to tell me the way that my parents were acting was wrong. They were the best. They were number one. They showed me everything. So I know I'm not behaving wrong. You get what I mean? You gotta lead by, example. Like there was this physicist, right? He's a physicist. Forgot his name, right? But his work, he's religious, right? But the work he does contradicts his overall religion, pues, right? And people were pretty much, saying like, how is it that your work contradicts, but how is it that you're still a believer and stuff like that, right? And he was trying to give some runarounds, right? But basically he said that his parents are religious, right? His parents, showed him the religion, right? And pretty much, from what I got out of it is he just he looks up to his parents and he just doesn't want to believe that his parents were worshiping something that's really not there. Like he doesn't want to say that what his parents were believing isn't true and isn't real, right? He didn't want to let his parents down or disappoint his parents. So that's why he tricks himself into believing, because his work, I'm not saying that, I agree and stuff like that, but I'm saying his work was contradicting his, his religion, pues. But he wasn't able to see that, right? But people would point it out to him, right? But pretty much, that's what I got out of it. But he just wasn't able to see that concept to it, though. And I understand, bro. People look up to their parents, and their parents are, everything to them. It's perfectly understandable when you're coming from a loving home. You know what I mean? So, people just have different way of looking at things. Like if somebody who people look up to, like if you look up to this person and he shows you something or he gives you some form of advice, right? And let's say that he was wrong about that advice, right? But you look up to this person, so you take his word, right? When somebody now tries to say that's wrong or you shouldn't act like, they're not going to listen to you. You're not going to tell me the person I idolized was showing me the wrong or what he was doing was wrong. You know what I mean? Just because they look up to this person. That's, one of the reasons why, it's so important to not let, predators get near these kids, right? Because then they start grooming these kids, right? And then once they have them, hooked, it's kind of hard to, get them to stay away from these people, right? They kind of, create this, sick bond that they have a hold on them, right? Through the grooming process. Because a lot of these sick motherfuckers know what they're doing. They know the psychology behind things, bro. They know how to manipulate, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, bro, I feel you. I know all about that. I know all too well about that. And you know what's crazy, bro? The crazy part about all of that is that like you almost grow up thinking that that's normal, like you almost grow up and thinking that that's how it should be or that's how it is or like that's appropriate, because nobody seems to say anything and everybody just seems to be like the day just keeps going on, right? So you just kind of think like this is just kind of the way it is, though, right? But then everything you're watching in movies and TV shows and everything, is showing the opposite, right? Like you grew up seeing it, especially cartoons, TV shows, movies, they don't help, right? You see, everything you're watching is showing this loving family that's always, there for each other, and, showing nothing but love and everything like that, right? And you're experiencing the opposite at home, right? And you're just like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And then also, that people only attack other people that they don't like, right? Like you fight this person because you don't like this person. You only beat up people that you hate. You only hate people that you hate or you dislike or that you just can't stand, You see it in movies and in everything you do, right? So then you're getting hit and, striked and shit like that, right? And then you're being told that it's because they care and they love you, right? But everything you watch, in shows and everything like that, like people don't hate people that they love, you know what I mean? They only hate people they don't like, right? So then these kids, like start like, like they wonder if you even care or not. You know what I mean? Right? Because everything that they watch and their interaction is being implanted in them that a family's supposed to be caring and loving and shit like that, right? But at home you're experiencing the opposite, and you're just like wait, like how come we don't got a relationship like that? You know what I mean? And it's crazier. The crazier part, bro, is that families watch this shit too, bro, and they're not even able to, make the connections, right? Yeah, bro, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you, bro. That's the main reason a lot of homies join neighborhoods, bro. That's the fuel and motivation for these kids of why to join neighborhoods. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, I would have to even make up shit, bro, before. Yeah, yeah, bro. And you know what? And that's a feeling and experience that a lot of people go through. Like a lot of kids, literally go through that, right? I mean, just look at the amount of gang members there is, bro. Because let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you, all the motherfuckers been through that shit, bro. They all experienced all that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Because there is no way in hell that this motherfucker joined a gang and coming from a loving home or like everything's peaches and cream at home, bro. If it was peaches and cream, he wouldn't be right here amongst us. You know what I mean? That just doesn't happen, bro. You know? But there's some homies that don't want to come to that realization, right? Or there's homies that just don't are not willing to accept that, yet, right? So they try to create runarounds, but there is no other explanation of why you're here right now and why you joined the neighborhood, bro. There is no other explanation but that, bro. Because if you would have been shown, you know, affection and all that at your household, you would have never been right here, bro. You wouldn't be here right now. You just wouldn't, you know? That's why every time you watch these documentaries and everything, it's like you're hearing the same story over and over and over. And we're talking about not just like from these gang members here, right? But like the ones in Japan, the ones in Russia, England. If you watch these documentaries of all these gang members from all over the world, right? It's almost like you're hearing the same story over and over and over and over again, but just in different parts of the world and in different times. Old documentaries and then new documentaries, but it's almost like it's the same story, right? But then people are not willing to accept that as the answer. They're like, nah, that's not what it is. Like these fools all bullshitting. Like you fools keep looking for this fucking answer when they've been giving it to you from the start. You just don't want to accept that as the answer. You want to believe that it's something else. You want to spin it into something that is not. That's why they keep looking, bro. You're looking for something that's not there. You already got your answer. You just don't want to accept that as the answer. Because it's hard looking in that mirror. It's hard owning up to your mistakes, bro. I get it. Yeah, bro. Like when my kids do stuff that's wrong, I sit them down in the kitchen table and I explain to them why I'm mad and why they're being punished, right? Like why I'm, taking their devices away or whatever, right? Not just, don't think that I'm just trying to be mean or an asshole, but actually, come and break down, the situation, right? And how it makes me feel, right? And just showing them that, I care, right? Like being real, being genuine, like real emotion type shit, right? Like it's important for them to actually be right there and being able to, to talk with you and actually, you guys gelling, right? And understanding, okay, that they're just not being dicks and assholes. Like this shit is important. You know what I mean? It's important that people be able to, build that, right? Because then when they don't have that, right? Because you're just being like, if you notice, all these, people, you hear it all the time. George Lopez talks about it, all these comedians, because it's all true, right? Like you're getting hit with chanclas and belts and pinche pendejo and estúpido and all that. Yeah, that happened to all of us. And then we turn out to still be, from the hood and doing all this bad shit, right? And then, them like, pinche cabrón, te voy a agarrar con la chancla. And you're just like, ah. You know what I mean? That you're just like, the chancla, that shit, man, I ain't five no more. Like that shit just becomes a joke to you. Like they're telling you not to go out and you're still gonna go, bro, because you just don't even take them seriously no more. You don't have that bond. You don't have that. That's why you're leaving the house and you're just like, fuck that. I'll be home when I'm home. And you're like 15, 16 years old, bro. You just take off. You know what I mean? You're out there gang banging and doing your shit. And you tell your half, I'll be home later. You're making a big deal over nothing. You don't respect them no more, bro. Their respect isn't there. Yeah, because you already know that you guys have no chemistry. You guys have no bond. There's no connection. You don't know shit about me. You know, you see all these parents, bro. They say when their kids get smoked, bro, they're on TV. They don't know why and who, and they don't know nothing. Yeah, they don't know nothing about their kid, bro. They didn't even know their kid was in a gang. They didn't know nothing. They're not even able to help the detectives because they don't know shit about their kids. They don't know why their kid was at the park at 2 a.m. They don't know. They don't know nothing. Who are his friends? I don't know. Who did he hang out with? I don't know. Who did he have beef with? No sé. Yeah, like how is it that you don't know shit about your fucking kid, but you expect me to believe you were in your kid's life and that you were there for your kid and everything? You know nothing about him. If you're there for somebody, you're going to know that person. You're not going to know nothing about a person that you're in their lives, bro. And that's just being, 100, dead serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's shit that people don't like hearing, but it's the damn truth, bro. And like I said, bro, it's not like it was done intentionally, like if they do it on purpose, right? Especially, a lot of families, new country, new way of doing stuff, right? So, getting to the, it's sometimes, hard to understand, the dynamics, right? Because how they grew up in their country, right? And what was right over there or what was appropriate over there is not appropriate here, right? There's a lot of things in Mexico that is appropriate that is not appropriate here in the United States, right? And so, some of them still had that mentality of like the motherland, right? Because over there, they seen everyone else doing it, and it's like the way of life over there. It's their culture, right? So, you try to do the same thing here, you're gonna have child services, you're gonna have all this, you're gonna have all this shit, right? It's not the same, right? So, like it's just them también, getting used to that too, right? So, it's just, and not just even raza, but people that come from other countries as well, right? Where it's maybe appropriate over there, but it's not appropriate here, right? And because of this, right, because we have the science to understand that, this does create, this and this kind of problems, right? But in other places, people are not there yet with their science, right? That they're just not willing to believe the science yet, right? You know what I mean? There's a lot of places that don't like science and don't like to believe in, this and that, right? Because then it contradicts a lot of the shit that they believe in, right? Especially like in some of these countries where, 25-year-old, or 30-year-old marrying a fucking 11-year-old girl. That still happens in the world, bro. And even females that are like 30 marrying a fucking 10-year-old. Bro, that still happens and they get married. In other countries, bro, there's still incest is still out there in legal in certain countries, bro. That's crazy, huh? Because people don't want to believe the science, bro. Maybe that's why their countries are so far still behind. They want to hide behind religion and biblical shit, right? To excuse their weirdo behaviors. But, ladies and gentlemen, my break's over. It was nice chopping it up with you. We out.